Good morning and welcome. This is the special presentation coming to you live from Kolkata. Cyclone Yaas has made the landfall, and at least at this point of time, thankfully, not much is happening as far as Kolkata is concerned. It was raining since morning. Right now, it's if I can actually just at the background of Victoria Memorial, just look up and see slight sun has also come out bright in the skies of Kolkata. But the landfall that took place, the process which is underway of Cyclone Yaas in Odisha, there the visuals, ladies and gentlemen, speak a completely different story. The Indian Army's Eastern Command is on the standby for relief and rescue operations. The process of the landfall, which started at around 9 a.m., is going to go till about 2 to 3 hours, so that you can expect it to continue till about noon. In fact, today, a total 17 integrated cyclone relief columns comprising of specialized personnel with associated equipment and inflatable boats have been deployed. Columns have been positioned in Purulia, West Midnapur, Havra, Hooghly, in Bengal as well. Now, 9 cyclone relief columns have been kept on standby in Kolkata for redeployment if there is any necessity on short notice. 4 naval ships are also on the standby with humanitarian assistance and disaster relief, diving and medical teams to render assistance. INS Shilka and... Okay, so this process, in fact, which started in Odisha, the wind speed right now about 130 to 140 kilometers, with gusting up to 155 kilometers per hour. The Indian Meteorological Department has said that it will cause maximum damage in Dhamra and Chandbali in Bhadrak and Balasore districts. Now, Odisha government has already evacuated 3.54 lakh people in 7 districts across the state. The Meteorological Department has predicted the cyclone will turn into a very severe cyclone. Now, the worst impacted in Bengal has been the East Midnapur and South Pargana districts. The storm is expected to pass through these 2 districts at a speed of 90 to 120 kilometers per hour. Over 11 lakh people have been evacuated in West Bengal as well. Remember, the Kolkata airport has suspended all commercial operations from 8:30 a.m. in the morning till about 7:45 p.m. in the evening. The Durgapur airport will also remain closed today. All right, going across to my colleague Surya Agni, who's reporting from Bakalin, South 24 Pargana district. Surya, just since, I mean, at least in Kolkata where I am standing, I'm happy to report that, the weather has been kind so far. What's the situation where you are? Because that is going to be the area which is going to be one of the most impacted in West Bengal.
But it has been kind, but the impact of the cyclone, the effect of the cyclone has already started. Even if the landfall hasn't started, it is not happening over here. What I'm showing you are live visuals of this stretch of land from exactly the point where we are living and the other part of the town. That is slowly being eroded. It has been eroded. You can see that locals are coming out and they're clearing this part of the land. This basically what it means is that until yesterday, that stretch that you are seeing as broken, it was not broken, and it was a bit further towards the sea. Right now, it is, it has eroded. The sea has, broken parts of the land, and it has moved inland, and that is something that these people, locals, will be, have to face for a while until and unless they again are able to create something concrete over here. Now, however, as we are rightly pointing that the landfall will be happening at Balasore, but this area also lies in the impact zone, and even as the landfall has started in another state, the impact, or rather the effect of the cyclone can rightly be seen over here in South 24 Parganas. Back to you, Ankit.
So I can completely hear that rustling wind sound from your mic. I mean, it just looks like that situation in the next few hours is going to be very, very critical as far as South 24 Pargana is concerned, where Surya Agnes. Surya, stay on with me. As we were talking about Balasore in Odisha, where the landfall process has started, my colleague Kamaljeet Sandhu is there. Unfortunately, because of massive, rains and the water that has damaged some of her equipment, but she was able to send us this report. Take a look.
Strong tidal waves and extremely gusty winds. This is beyond 150 kilometers per hour. If we can try and show you, the impact here is quite dramatic. These are tidal waves reaching up to 10 feet high. And yes, the area which was swarming with people till some time ago to take selfies is near empty now. So strong winds out here and a danger sign now that the landfall is impacted and is expected any time. Dhamra is around 80 to 100 kilometers away from here, which is the eye of the storm. Balasore, barely few kilometers away, and this is already seeing one of its worst impact here. The trees have been swaying. The tidal waves have been extremely rough. So obviously you can see the impact. There's a lot of friction with the air. We'll try and show you some of the shops out here. These are nearly destroyed because of the strong winds. Few of those people, if you can see the trees up there, you'll know the impact. But some of them still venturing out. These are people who are very concerned about their shops, about their livelihood. But the warning had been given some time back, and let's see. The waves coming almost till where we are, which is almost climbing. And in the next 1 hour, we will see the worst of Cyclone Yaas. Now remember, there are 11 districts in Odisha which are impacted. There was mass evacuation being carried out. Almost 3.5 lakh people, mostly fishermen and those people who were staying in the coastal areas, have been moved back. And that is where they've been kept in the relief centers. But in the times of pandemic, it's a double whammy for this government to deal with social distancing, masking, temperatures check, to ensure safety of all those who've been evacuated, and yet to manage a calamity of this sort. So yes, Cyclone Yaas knocked on the doors. Even in midnight, we saw strong winds gusting, and now this is almost at its peak, and the next 4 to 5 hours will be extremely crucial.
Well, you saw that report from Kamaljeet Sandhu, which was filed just a short while back. And let me now take you live, in fact, to Odisha, to Balasore, where Kamal is joining us at this moment. This is the area which is now seeing the entire landfall process. Kamal, we saw that report, quite a violent sea at that moment. What's the situation right now? And has there been any reports of any damage, fatality as far as this entire area is concerned?
This is highly unrelated. This is unpredictable, and Balasore has not witnessed something like this for a very long time. So people were out, but hopefully most of them did stay in. And now the impact is something that will be seen in the next few hours. The NDRF said they will be on standby, that most of the forces will not venture out till an SOS call is given. And that is where state police force and the NDRF, they are coordinating both the central and state police forces. But greatly, what is going to be happening is the police and the pros, because they are the ones which are outside. But thankfully, so far, we can tell things are under control. Now, there is the selfie culture. Several of the people thinking that the worst is over are out there. We've seen policemen trying to restrain them. But still, some of them have been venturing out. Some of them are behind me at this point of time. This is quite despite this is
Okay. There is I mean, you can understand, and our viewers would excuse us, because though Kamal is reporting from very trying circumstances right now, there is some technological limitations that we have. The massive, in fact, impact there, range, and also of what you are seeing on huge gusting winds as well. That is creating some problem in the audio that you were listening of Kamal. We'll keep trying to connect back to her to give you a sense of what is happening in Odisha. Remember, it's a process which is going to go on for next 2 to 3 hours as we speak, ladies and gentlemen, the entire landfall process. So up till at least noon, this is going to continue, and then we will have to wait and see what is the impact, of course, also in West Bengal. Already violence is there from where my colleague Surya Agni was reporting. Now in Kolkata, I spoke a little too soon. I just told you that the weather is still okay, but right now it started to rain again. And, you know, at this moment, the drizzling, in fact, has started, the intensity also increasing here in Kolkata. Just a short while back, my colleague Indrajit Kundu was, in fact, out, and a few trees at certain places in the morning in Kolkata were uprooted. He sent this report.
Cyclone Yaas is about 80 kilometers away from the West Bengal coastline at Digha, and the impact of the cyclone weather-wise can already be felt here in Kolkata and across Gangetic West Bengal. You can see overcast conditions here in Kolkata. At the same time, we've been seeing quite an amount of drizzling all through the night, and it's only going to pick up pace as we move towards the noon and afternoon. There will be heavy rainfall due to gusty winds all through last night. There have been several trees like these, old trees, that have been uprooted, and the big challenge for the Kolkata Municipal Corporation, the disaster management teams, will be to ensure that such trees that have fallen are cleared, such debris is cleared immediately, so that there is no important road which is blocked. This year, of course, the Kolkata Municipal Corporation, the fire department, the disaster management department, they're all ready with electronic saws, so then such huge trees can be immediately chopped off and the road can be cleared. At the same time, there is the worry about waterlogging and electric supply. So there are several control rooms that have been opened, not just in the Kolkata Municipal Corporation. There is a central control room at the State Secretariat at Nabarno, where West Bengal Chief Minister Mamata Banerjee has been keeping an eye on the entire development all through last night, and she's still at Nabarno, the State Secretariat, this morning. And the Power Minister is also at the control room to monitor the situation of power outage in specifically areas like East Midnapur and Digha, which is going to bear the main brunt of Cyclone Yaas in a few hours from now. With camera person Probir Biswas, Indrajit for India Today in Kolkata.
Okay, the rains have started here in Kolkata, and of course with that comes out the umbrella and the rain cover that I'm wearing right now. But let me very quickly, it's still comfortable as far as Kolkata is concerned. Thankfully, not much damage that has been witnessed so far. Fortunately, we are hoping that the situation remains the same in Kolkata. But let me take you back to Surya Agni in 24 North Pargana. He is at one of the places which is going to be most severely impacted according to the Met Department because of this Cyclone Yaas. Surya Agni, it started to rain here in Kolkata. Is the situation changing where you are?
Well, over here, it's extremely windy. However, it was sunny a while back. It was raining in the morning. The weather is changing every 10 to 15 minutes. We do not understand what does that indicate. But this falls under the zone where the impact will be felt. Now, the entire zone starts from Paradip in Odisha till Mokhali in 24, till Sagardeep Islands in South 24 Parganas. Now, we need to see how the day, starts moving from here. Even as the landfall has started, over here, situation feels a bit better than what it was in the first couple of hours in the morning. However, the winds are extremely high, and right now the sea has moved a bit back, but these are, these are coastal areas, and the impact, as we were rightly mentioning, the impact has already started, as we showed you just a while back how, roads have started to, break down due to the heavy winds and the tidal waves. So these will be the major casualties of this particular cyclone. But as of yet, almost 2 lakh plus people have been evacuated from the district of South 24 Parganas by the West Bengal government. Back to you, Ankit.
Okay, Suryagni, in fact, Suryagni reporting from 24 North Pargana district where the massive, in fact, huge gusting winds can be experienced. He is standing there giving us the latest from the ground. It's, as if the cyclone Yaas picks up intensity, the landfall process has started. There have been many, along with the state government and the central machinery, the army has also been kept on standby to deal with any kind of situation. In fact, there are 9 columns of the Indian Army which are on standby in Kolkata itself to be deployed very quickly if the need arises of any kind of support to any district in West Bengal. Meanwhile, what sources, in fact, are also telling us, as you heard earlier, the Chief Minister of West Bengal is in the control room herself. And while there are 17 integrated columns or relief columns of the army, which comprising of specialized personnel with equipment like inflatable boats have been deployed all across. Columns have been positioned in Purulia and West Midnapur, Havra, Hooghly in Bengal. Now 9 cyclone relief columns have also been kept on standby, as I was telling you earlier. Navy has also chipped in. 4 naval ships are on standby with humanitarian assistance as well. INS Chilka at Khurda has stepped up and made all necessary arrangements to coordinate relief and rescue operations with the state government. The naval aircraft have also been kept ready at the naval air stations to undertake aerial survey, airdrop material, or even for rescue operations. In view of the cyclone Yaas, all water vessels like steamers, yachts, and barges have been anchored at Hooghly River as well. Yesterday, in fact, in the evening, ladies and gentlemen, I was at the Hooghly River, where we saw, in fact, most of the fishing vessels, steamers, everything being stopped and, of course, anchored and secured around this entire area. All right, our continuous coverage of Cyclone Yaas, ladies and gentlemen, continues. The game of the rain gods continues here in Kolkata. Suddenly it has stopped raining, and we'll get you all the live and exclusive details from the ground with all my colleagues spread across West Bengal and Odisha. Stay tuned, short break, coming back.